What's going on, beautiful people? D'Lo Brands back for another video, and today is very exciting, or maybe not, but GPT 5.1 has officially released. It is a minor upgrade to the GPT-5 suite. So right here we are on the OpenAI research page, which is basically where they put out all of their documentation about new releases or products and things of that nature. So we're just going to go through it and see what changes have actually been made. Now, it is 5.1, so it's not a new set of models. Do not think of this as a new set of models. It is just an upgrade of the GPT-5 model. So they are releasing GPT 5.1 Instant and GPT 5.1 Thinking. They're also going to be inside of the API as GPT-5 Latest and GPT 5.1. So, let's just look at some A/B testing that shows the difference of what GPT 5.1 is actually bringing to the market. So they're basically boasting that it is more conversational. So it sounds more human like is what I'm getting from that. And um, let's just read this right here. We heard clearly from users that great AI should not only be smart, but also enjoyable to talk to. And if you know how to use ChatGPT, which the way that I use it now, my custom instructions, the instructions that I have inside of my specific chats, it's very conversational. It's actually very funny, but this is gonna bring it to the general ChatGPT chat. Like anybody that creates a new account is gonna be able to have that same experience. And so let's look at this first example. So it's basically this was the prompt. I'm feeling stressed and could use some relaxation tips. So the GPT-5 model, it looks very robotic. It's saying, okay, you're feeling stressed, you need some relaxation tips. Here they are. But GPT 5.1 is saying, okay, I've got you. It's totally normal, especially with everything you have going on lately. And that is very human like. It adds a extra human aspect to it. And it's going about presenting the information in a different way. So while GPT-5 may be more robotic, GPT 5.1 is more conversational. And you know, it speaks to you in a different way by, let yourself zone out for one full track, no phone scrolling. Or this one, when it mentions the music, actually, it doesn't even mention music. Breathing, box breathing, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, blah, blah, blah. It's fast acting and physically calms your nervous system. So that's like some extra information that you're getting out of that prompt. So another improvement that they made is instruction following. So GPT-5 wasn't as good at following instructions. And we actually experienced this in our last video talking about Relevance AI slide builder. So inside of the slide builder, we tried to get it to build out this agent, and we kept encountering errors. And I believe that error was because the actual instructions that were given to the agent on that model were just not being followed by GPT-5. And so we had to change the model back to GPT 4.0, and it was able to, build the slides completely. But we see here the instructions are to always respond with 6 words. And in this one, the older model, we have understood all responses will be 6. You ask a question and then it goes on its own tangent of what it wants to do. Now, this is something that I've been seeing with a lot of AI companies is that the alignment with human values or human instructions is just now getting tailored. So it's still a problem. And, before we get humanoid robots in here, we want to make sure that it can actually follow instructions without derailing itself too much. So GPT 5.1 was able to, consistently output 6 word answers. And so that's a minor improvement. I think that it's very useful though, because if I'm creating a GPT or I'm creating an AI agent that I want to do a specific thing, I don't want it to do anything outside of that. So They're saying for the first time, GPT 5.1 Instant can use adaptive reasoning to decide when to think before responding to more challenging questions. So that's instant. And usually that would have been used by the thinking model in how much it's going to think. And they're also upgrading GPT-5 thinking to make it more efficient and easier to understand in everyday use. Now, here is something that I have definitely encountered. Um, AI trips itself up a lot. It says, oh, I need to do this. I guess I should do that. I think I need to do this, but the user said that. And it's contemplating all of these things that it doesn't need to. And it's a waste of credits. So making it more efficient and having the thinking not get so wrapped up in itself is definitely an improvement. And we can see some improvements here. The number of model generated tokens per response. So lower in the 10th percentile, lower in the 30th, about equal in the 50th, and higher in the 70th, and much higher in the 90th. So it varies its thinking time more dynamically than GPT-5 thinking. And I think that that's great. It's just honing in the models more and more. And this is going to give us a glimpse of what GPT-6 is going to look like. The more they hone in and the more they encounter problems with GPT-5, they are going to be able to input that into GPT-6. So I think that this is a good improvement as well. Now, this is one that um, is going to be better for a lot of people that are dealing with equations or things that are hard to understand. GPT-5 can easily go into a tangent and spew out the most scientific sounding, mathematical, genius type of output. But on this side, it actually breaks it down in an easier format. So it's explaining all that it is. So, what is BABIP? Batting average on balls in play. And then it gives you an explanation, and it's really breaking it down more and more. And you usually would need to be in study mode for something like this for it to actually bring out this power, but it's doing it natively now. So, I think that that's cool. Now, they are also changing the native tone of GPT 5.1. It is now warmer and more empathetic. That goes back to our notion that it is trying to be more conversational and human relational. So in GPT-5, we say, this is the prompt. I spilled coffee all over myself before my meeting. Do you think everyone thought I was an idiot? Now, if you ask that to an actual person, they're gonna say, "No, you're not an idiot," but this, that, and the third. And but GPT-5 said, "That's such a gut punching feeling. I'm really sorry that happened." That's pretty empathetic. The short answer is no, most people don't really care. But GPT-5 thinking said, no, they didn't. You're rattled. Just chill. Your brain is doing that thing where it absolutely goes to the craziest extreme, and you need to just chill. And so that's a more human centric type of response that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate. Now, they're saying that it's a step forward in capability and usability. I think more people are going to enjoy using it at this point. And, if you check ChatGPT today, you may not see 5.1 available immediately. Be sure to, if your account isn't in a pro plus or a business, then just give it some time. They're still rolling it out globally. So just stay tuned for that. Now, they're also talking about the customizations. They have more base styles that are available to you right off the jump. So they're refining those options to better reflect the most common ways people use ChatGPT. You have default, you have friendly, you have efficient, you have professional, candid, and quirky. And they're designed to align with what they've learned about people and their usage of the models. So before we had, just a few, but now they're expanding that personality to more. And sooner or later, I can see that it's all going to be wrapped up into the same model that's able to use all of these personalities at any given time, just as a human would. At one moment, you could be, very candid and friendly, or in another moment you can be very cynical and efficient. So it's just making it more human centric like. And I think that this is a cool update. Now they're saying what's next. The updates and new customization options are a step toward a chat GPT that feels like it fits you, smarter, more enjoyable to talk to, and more adaptable to your preferences. And going forward, they'll continue improving along these dimensions. And the coming improvements of GPT-5 are still going to be GPT 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, as long as they are still, not making any super drastic changes. These are really cosmetic changes, in my opinion. So keep that in mind. But that is the end of today's video. Let me know what you think about the new ChatGPT when you try it. Be sure to join the AI Educate AI Lab community. The link is in the description. And this has been D'Lo Brands, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.